So we're seeing the Bank of Angola launch in South Africa. Why the decision, first of all, to venture down south?
Well, when we started our activity back in 1996, the vision was always to have this regional presence. And we started with other countries in Africa, Cape Verde, São Tomé, although we also had a presence in Portugal with our own bank and in Brazil. We thought it was about time to come south and use South Africa as a platform to cover the region, the southern part of our continent.
Having evaluated the sector's potential for growth, what market are you targeting specifically, and any particular niches? Are we looking at fully fledged operations or just trade financing, which is often the assumption that a kind of move like this comes with?
We will start focus on trade finance, because that's where we already have a footprint here in South Africa, a very strong relationship with some banks based in this market, so that we try to develop the relation from there. But we are also trying to bring on board all those companies, South African companies that are operating in Angola, that they still need to better understand the market up there, and also try to create some value with the presence here. First, South Africa trade, but also try, as mentioned, cover the region, Mozambique, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, etc. So that the presence from out of here is to cover the region.
So this really providing a platform, a boost for access into other territories that you might not necessarily have benefited from had you not come down this route, right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, perfect. What are some of the business opportunities between South Africa and Angola specifically right now that you're hoping to leverage off, and what kind of growth are you forecasting in Angola?
Angola is moving very fast. Angola has been growing at an average rate of 15% per annum, although last year was a tough one. And you have opportunities almost in all sectors of the economy. Industry, agriculture, you name it. And being there as the major Angolan bank with a presence throughout the country, we have that capacity to offer those opportunities, or at least act as a bridge between the capital, interest, knowledge that South Africa already has, and with the opportunities that Angola is offering today.
Certainly an interesting time to be expanding and extending your regional footprint. How are you funding this expansion and this extension? Do you have a solid enough balance sheet right now?
We are a $80 billion bank, although we only have 14 years, but we grew very fast. We in terms of loans, we are also, again, the #1 in the market with 3 billion loans provided to the economy. We own assets of around almost $700 million. So we feel pretty comfortable out there. And
so completely funding out of your own war chest?
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In some territories, though, you've got in Sao Tome and Brazil, you've got business partnerships running there. Here, you've mentioned that you've got some partnerships with South African banks. Primarily, though, are you looking at organic growth, or are you looking at leveraging of those partnerships more intensively?
No, we're talking about organic growth, but we cannot ignore the relationship that we already have with those banks. So we have to kind of go in both directions, but organically we have to grow here. That's the idea.
You boast, obviously, you know, your portfolio when it comes to loans and your extensions of loans so far. Of course, this is at a time where many banks are cautious of extending their loan books, or are, at the risk of running non-performing loans moving forward. Let's talk us through some of your risk mitigating strategies that you're using, especially that you're so involved in so many different territories.
Yes. Well, first thing is we try to understand the market, the dynamics of the market, try to identify those sectors that are really growing, we're still creating opportunities. Understand those sectors, have people that we employ trained that fully understand how whatever is critical to development of those specific sectors. We try then to also to identify secure forms of making sure that our funds are properly used. Our major activities in Angola is a market, it's a new market, but it's still non-performing loans in the case of Angola, in the case of our bank, is below 2%. So which is highly reasonable and show us how careful we are in managing risk.
Looking at Angola then specifically, I mean, all of that, in what kind of context, what kind of growth are you seeing in the bank relative to the banking sector's growth in the country?
We keep on growing very fast. The numbers I just mentioned to you, just to give an idea, 4 years ago we were a $1 billion bank. Today we are $8 billion bank. So it's moving very, very, very fast, and we believe the opportunities are still there. Only 10% of our population have access to bank accounts, and the space to grow is still there. And the country keeps on creating new opportunities. Infrastructure is being rehabilitated all over the country. New companies are coming in. A proper environment for new businesses is being created by the Angolan authorities. So we still see there's space to grow.
Yeah. Growth to the extent that you've gotten used to over the past, or are you expecting some tempering?
We have to slow down a little. We are going too fast. We have to slow. And the challenge here is to make our growth consistent. Exactly. That's one of the things that we try to address. So we are not expecting the same level of growth, but last year was a tough year for everyone, and we grew 40% still. So probably this year it will be a different story, but we are still finding opportunities to grow in Angola and also in other parts of the world where we have
when it comes to Angola, certainly banking the unbanked has got to be one of your top priorities on that.